What was it like playing tonight?
Yeah, it was great. This is one of the biggest crowds I've played against, and it was great having our fans come up here and support us.
How does this game rank as far as wins in your football career?
I would say top three, behind Springfield Shawnee my sophomore year and Tri-Valley last year. Those were nail biters till the end. We kind of pulled this one out earlier in the fourth quarter, but we stuck with it.
What was the key tonight to the win?
I would say sticking with the run and fighting through the adversity of those turnovers, and then fighting through the rain in the second half.
And you had quite a night, not only throwing the ball but running the ball. Was that planned, or did that just kind of happen?
We kind of put in a run play for me this week. We didn't run it in the first half, and they started crashing their ends, so we started trapping their outside backer when they did that and blocking down the end. So we executed that fairly well.
And then you also played quite a bit of defense, had a number of tackles out there, some passes defensed, and how about that, the defensive side of the ball for you tonight?
Yeah, I've always played defense from my elementary school days up until my sophomore year, and then I played quarterback, and they didn't let me play defense anymore, but they stick me in there in the big games, and I make the best of it.
Yeah.
LSU quarterback Joe Burrow has been one of the top players in college football during this 2019 season, even generating some Heisman Trophy talk. Burrow was a mid-3-star 5.6 coming out of high school in the 2015 class, the number 24 ranked dual-threat quarterback in that 2015 class. And, even with his success this year, I feel pretty good about where we had him rated. Obviously he was at Ohio State first and sat behind J.T. Barrett a couple of seasons. Dwayne Haskins came in. He was going to be the guy. Those were 4-star guys, and Burrow wasn't able to overcome them. And I think that's about accurate. He's in a good situation at LSU where he's able to, do what he does best. And at the end of the day, that's win football games. He did that in high school, and he's doing that in college. Even though he didn't have the highest ceiling, certainly as some of those other guys in that 2015 class, Joe Burrow always had a very high floor. He's a son of a coach. He just always had that knack of knowing what needed to be done to win football games. Listen to him as a dual threat because he can run if he needed to. His skill set as a passer doesn't have the biggest arm. It's not the most accurate. He gets the job done, gets it from point A to point B. Obviously, the quarterback position is mostly about what's between the ears. Joe Burrow, has a very good football IQ, probably in large part from being the son of a college coach. I think that has helped him in now his 5th year in college be able to put in a position where he can help a team and possibly challenge for a national title. So Joe Burrow is a guy, like I said, even though we had him as a mid-3-star, that's a Power 5 rating, and he's a guy that I feel good about where he has gone in his college career.
Gave an interview a couple weeks ago and talked about how he hadn't lost at any level, and that's exactly what the Bengals need. Not that Andy Dalton hasn't had a great career in Cincinnati, he certainly has. Joe Burrow's situation at LSU reminds me a lot of my situation at Maryland back in the 80s. When I first got there, we were running the veer offense, and it was not good for a passing quarterback, if you will. And then 2 years left in my career there, Bobby Ross came in as the head coach and brought a pro-style offense, and then all of a sudden accentuated me as an athlete. And I think that's exactly what Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator at LSU, did for Joe Burrow. And we saw him put up numbers that we've never seen any quarterback in the history of the college football do. So I think the swagger's there. I certainly think the ability is there, and I can't wait.
Sat down with Joe's dad, Jimmy. He is the former defensive coordinator at Ohio. He retired this year, so he and his wife could follow Joe for his senior year at LSU. And what a ride that's been.
Frequent flyer miles, putting miles on my car, all the above, and the journey continues.
That journey for Joe started 23 years ago in Nebraska, where Jimmy was working on the Nebraska football staff. Joe's older brothers played football for the Huskers, but 15 years ago, Jimmy brought the family to Athens, following Frank Solich to work at Ohio.
What he remembers is Athens, Ohio.
Eventually, Joe was Mr. Football in Ohio, playing in the state championship game for Athens and committing to play for the Buckeyes, a decision in retrospect they still support.
If he had it to do all over again out of high school, that's where he'd go again and see what it led to. But he's happy now, and the decision couldn't have turned out better for him.
Joe first considered a transfer in January of last year, but opted to battle Dwayne Haskins in spring ball. It was then that Burrow made a bold choice.
It was a tough process on us all because, nobody wanted him to leave. We didn't want him to leave, 70 miles away. He loved his teammates there at Ohio State. In his mind, he was good enough to lead Ohio State to a national championship. And really, that was the deciding factor about going to LSU. And again, having a chance to do what he did Saturday, win a conference championship, and then hopefully get a chance to play and win a national championship.
And his Buckeye teammates remain some of his biggest fans, J.T. Barrett most notably, who's been to LSU games wearing that now famous number 9.
He's got everlasting friends with those teammates of his at Ohio State. So there's a bond there that really will never be broken.
Well, I think what he meant, he's the most important recruit we've ever gotten, and it was, what's crazy is we didn't know that. Obviously, Derek Stingley Jr. was one of the huge recruits. Leonard Fournette was a huge recruit, but they didn't change Louisiana State University football the way that Joe Burrow did.
You're the latest in a long lineage of athletes in your family. Your grandmother, Dot, what was her claim to fame?
82 points in a basketball game in high school. I wish there was some film of that one.
When you think of the fact that Kobe made his claim to fame scoring 81 and Dot dropped 82.
Never thought about that. Is my grandmother better than Kobe Bryant? I don't know.
Your two brothers.
Both played at Nebraska, along with my dad.
What interest did they show in you, Joe?
None. None.
Any message to the folks back in Husker land?
Nope.
There's a lot more to Joe Burrow than quarterback. Cartoon fan.
Big cartoon fan, absolutely. SpongeBob, Looney Tunes, all that kind of stuff.
The cartoon character most like you?
Ooh, Squidward. Squidward from SpongeBob, yeah.
Why?
A lot of things anger him, and I try not to be that way, but that happens to me sometimes.
Joe Burrow, the student of science.
Yeah.
You remember your answer to the last topic you had Googled when we asked you at SEC Media Days?
Superluminal time travel.
What is it?
So the thought is that if you go faster than the speed of light, time actually slows down. That's the...
From Heisman Trophy winner and national champ to a celebration at the White House.
I enjoy getting hit sometimes, and it makes me feel like a real football player instead of a quarterback.
It's a trifecta that very few have achieved. Win the Heisman, perfect season, national championship.
That swagger that you see that everybody talks about, I mean, it was there from day one. Just the kind of the look on his face of, I've got a couple cards in my back pocket that nobody knows about. Don't worry about it. We're going to make a play and get out of here with a win.
Since his high school playing days, Joe Burrow has been building winning moments. His Heisman moment, his championship moment, and now is his moment to be number one. And if you ask his high school and college coaches, they believe Burrow can make the Bengals a winner again.
It's the best thing that could possibly happen. If everyone talks about Joe always kind of having a chip on his shoulder, from the time he was 14 or 15, proving himself, I think it's being built up again. Here comes Cincinnati, his, quote unquote hometown team, and people telling him he can't win there. It's just doesn't get any better. It could be a perfect fit.
I think Joe has had to fight all his life, and he's willing to build a team and willing to go through adversity if he has to. Nothing was promised to him here. He came here and built a championship team, and I don't see why not he couldn't do it in Cincinnati.
And now a kid from Southeast Ohio will get his chance in Cincinnati as the number one pick.
It gives me goosebumps right now to think about it. It's something that you can't even dream about. And you're just so proud of Joe and Joe's story will be told around here for a long time.
I got Joe Burrow on my mind only in this respect. I need you to educate me about this. Okay. I know he's had a great year. I know that the likelihood he's going to win the Heisman. But damn it was just 1 year. A year ago, we weren't saying this about him. I see the development over one season. But usually when we see a marquee quarterback coming into the National Football League, they ain't some one-year wonder. They really put on a show collegiately throughout the duration of their career. And because of that, there's a body of work for us to have faith in. Should we not be concerned that as great as he was this year, damn it, a year ago we weren't saying that? Could this be a one-year wonder?
And what you saw this year was a guy with the system that fit him, with the players around him helping him out, what he could do against a very difficult schedule as well. And we saw some great individual plays even this past week that he created on his own. So I think the competitiveness, the knowledge of this offense, Joe Brady raves about how quickly he picked up what Drew Brees has been doing so well through his career and with the Saints, and to be as accurate, precise, mobile, he's got it all. So I think if you want to be a doubter, you could say, well, it is 1 year of greatness, but it was 1 year of unbelievable greatness, and that's why he's going to be the number one pick in the draft.
Since 2003, when I drafted Carson Palmer, 6 10-win seasons. That's as many as the
Hello?
the Chargers, the Giants.
Congratulations, man. We're going to turn the card, make you the number one pick, and make you a Cincinnati Bengal. Appreciate that, Coach. Ready to go. Excited about it. Well, you should be proud of everything you've done up to this point to put yourself in this position. You've led every single team you've ever played for to a championship, and that expectation does not change now that you're a Bengal, and I'm looking forward to going through that process with you. Yes, sir. Me too. We're excited about it. Who's with you right now?
Got Dad.
Hi, Zach.
Got Mod.
Hey.
Mom.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zach.
We're excited, ready to go.
I'm sure Dan and Jamie are somewhere about to FaceTime you and get involved in the process as well. I know they're proud.
Yeah, they're all in a family time Zoom conference right now, so they're happy.
I bet. Well, Joe, now it's official, man. What's going on through your head?
Ready to get to practice. Tired of all the talking. Ready to start working out again.
Well, listen, no matter what this offseason look like, virtual or not, we're not going to make any excuses. We're going to make sure that we put in the work, find a way to get stuff done, and be ready to hit the ground running when the season does start.
Yep, hopefully that can be sooner rather than later.
No question. Well, good. Well, hey, enjoy this night. The commissioner will turn in your name here pretty soon, so savor the moment. You've earned it, and be ready to get right back to work.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Ready to go.
Thanks, Zach.
All right, Joe.
Thank you.
Yep. See you, Coach.
See ya.
Whoa. Here we go. Let's go. Good turnover here.
Minshew throws over the middle, batted up in the air, and intercepted.
Hey! Let's go. Here we go. What is that? To the crib, T. What is that?
Catches the shotgun snap, swings it right, caught by Mixon, to the 5, goes airborne, touchdown, Bengals.
Hey, bro, they can't stop us. Let's keep this going. That's a great half. What is that? To the crib, Joe. Let's go. Yeah, let's go get it. Let's put him away. Killer instinct. Let's go. Turbo shot.
Here's Mixon doing a little dancing inside the 10. High stepping to the end zone.
Boom. Great job, Jody. We good. I saw him. I was like, hey. Yes, Randy. Let's go, Randy. I see you, Randy. We won this one because of y'all, Bob. That's a great job. Love you, brother. Hey, victory on one. Ready? Oh, that felt good.
Favorite Joe Burrow trait is his leadership. How cool was the scene in the locker room after the Jacksonville win where Joe raises his finger and the room goes silent? You could hear a pin drop before he addressed the team. He's been the leader of this team since the day he was drafted, but his leadership obviously goes beyond the locker room and the football field. Think of using the Heisman speech to help others. Think of him speaking out against racial injustice in front of the Freedom Center last year. This guy gets it. He is the tremendous leader that this franchise needed.
Mine is football IQ. You know, he's Mensa. Coaches trust smart players. Teammates trust smart players. If you have a quarterback that can't get you in the right play, you know you don't have a shot. He doesn't just have the game plan. He has the playbook. And he'll go back to things like 3 weeks ago. So as a teammate, you say, man, Joe is so sharp. I better hit the playbook. I better study, because what good is it if Joe knows all this, has all this knowledge, but you can't keep up with him? So Joe Burrow is special in terms of his football IQ, his football acumen, seeing the football field, getting the team in the right play every single snap.